A vehicle today. Brought you by All-Star Parts. Y'all might have heard of them. They good. Eddie from the Ford Hearts. Y'all probably heard about Eddie too. He's been with me long enough. And by Brad Stovall Auto Body and Glass down in Tanner and Jimmy Smith GMC Buick. About 2 minutes down the highway from right here. And sooner or later we'll have one of their vehicles up here. Talked to the guy yesterday, Jonathan Berryhill, who bought that very vehicle we had up here the other day.
He did.
Well, I wish I knew him, then I could get some commission.
Commission on I tell you what, I don't know what it is about. They look like hers, those new.
But they're everywhere.
Does Chuck them have one of them?
GMC or Yukon.
Those things, they must Austin them. I don't see how they keeping them. I'm sure every time I turn around, somebody's got one. Everybody's got one but me.
They're popular.
Don't need one.
Big wheels, big, you know, you can pack everything in it and 8 people, you know.
Right.
So, sad news, Jerry that usually comes up, the reason we had no card today is Jerry's sister passed away yesterday or day before. So, prayers and thoughts to his family. We'll get a card. We're going to do it next week.
Okay.
Trying to get that new Buick convertible. Still don't remember the name of that thing.
Yeah.
But, anyway, speaking of new cars, you know, I know you've been looking. I know you like the Hummer. I know you like some big, you know, SUV kind of things. This is not too big, but this is an artist rendering of a 2020 Ford Bronco.
2020?
Yeah, yes. That's not that far.
5 years from
No, it's 4. Well, you know, they come out a year early, so it's really 3 years away. But Ford got a hold of this, and they're actually looking at it because.
But the 2-door.
Well, they could make a 4-door, but the Bronco was always a 2-door.
Oh, yeah, Bronco.
Dusty, didn't you used to have a Bronco? No, it was a Chevy Blazer.
Yeah,
What'd you have?
Now that old Bronco was
had a Trooper.
a Trooper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zuzu
Trooper.
I remember that.
Totally.
Zuzu
Man, it was Char. It was Pearl.
But Brad's got a, I mean, that's, to me, I like that because if you look at the front of
It
it,
was a bad ride.
it looks like the old 60s Ford Bronco crossed with something new. So you need one of those. Look, I mean, look at that red. You could put a big old Alabama A on the side of
Like
it.
a Bronco.
Redneck it up quick.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that other Ford better.
Put a stick on A's over there.
Yeah, that excursion. Yeah, that's true. You
Yeah,
get
that
some
was hard to
stickers
beat,
on it,
that
but
excursion is-
This all you got to talk about is what I always
no, I've got a couple shows coming up there. This is the Cars and Coffee event they do over at Books and Million. They started this a couple years ago. It's growing in popularity. Now, the thing with the Cars and Coffee, if you're not familiar with that, that's a 7:30 to 10 a.m. only. You literally just show up, have a cup of coffee, show off your cars, chat it up with the car guys, and then go home and do the rest of your stuff. You know, whatever honeydews you might have that day. Women should like Cars and Coffee events because the husband's not gone all day.
Or maybe they don't like it.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes my wife likes a little me time of herself. And then if you hit that one in the morning, you go home and do some honeydews in the afternoon. Then you can go to Ruby Tuesdays right off of Waltrana 565 and hit this cruise in from 2 to 4. This is a kickoff cruise in. They're going to start doing a cruise in there once a month. But they kicked this one off. That's a great location right there. Getting a text from our buddy.
What buddy you talking about? My Sunday school teacher. Thanks for the upward plug. It was great.
All right.
Love y'all. What are you doing, you preacher up there?
So anyway, but next 2 weekends we do have a lot of car shows coming. I'll be informing you on all of those.
What's the big thing in Athens?
April the 30th is on the square. We've got the Eli Williams car show coming up at Lindsay Lane. I think that's in May, maybe the weekend
How's he
before. He's still doing some treatments. Yeah, he's hanging in there. You know what? He's such an inspiration to so many. Did you see the video the other day where he got to drive his car in his dad's lap? So that was pretty cool. I can remember doing that. But and then our show is at the Sportsplex again in October, second Saturday in October. So stay tuned for details on that. If you've got car shows, send me an email, joesmustangs@gmail.com.
All right.
The Home and Garden Show is coming up soon, too, here in Athens. And this year, they're charging $3 admission. So keep that in mind,
Garth will
too.
be here next week to talk about that.
And then also, Women's Conference. Is it Women's Conference?
Right.
Is that the name of it?
That's it.
March 19th.
You got it.
It's at Lindsay Lane this
At
year.
Lindsay
It's at Lindsay Lane, yeah.
March 19th.
Right.
Get your tickets for that.
It's at Lindsay Lane this year.
Yeah.
Hey, I am still having people come up to me and mention, had a guy the other day mention the men's conference, how much they enjoyed it this year
Yes.
with you and Tim out at Tim was out of Clemens. It was really good.
It was a good one.
I'm waiting on my DVD to come in.
Yeah.
Hey, Dusty, there was an article in USA Today yesterday that we had talking about the Time magazine that came, one of the most popular Time magazines ever, that came out in 1966, I think, is God Dead? And it's when John Lennon said that they were more popular than Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And
How many complaints did they
but
get?
they got 3,500 letters of complaint. It's the most ever. But here was the most amazing stat. We did this yesterday. It said here, in 1966, 85% of the people said they would go to heaven, and 98% of people surveyed said they believed in God.
Yeah.
In 1966.
What would that
$67.
stat be now?
You remember they had the burning over at the Boat Harbor, all the albums of the Beatles?
I do remember that.
They
Wow.
sure did. Everybody brought their albums.
Back in the 60s?
Yeah, and burn them. Had a big bonfire.
Wow, that's why they're so
Because they said
collectible now.
Yeah.
There's
Because of that one man, it's one of the most popular Time magazines ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, you know, a lot of people believe in heaven that don't believe in hell. Do you know that? They,
How does that work?
percentage, yeah. They don't want to
don't
believe
wanna
in
believe.
it. And like God, you know, you can say he's dead all day, but he's not. It's like, you know, anything else. It's you know, a lot of people, they have different perceptions of God, who God is, and all of that. But you know, well, you wait till you need him, and then he always
Everyone
Yes.
remembers who
brings
he
him
is.
up.
While I was getting
Yeah.
my eye appointment, I had to go for an eye appointment at Dr. Davis's this week. Both of us did. They had this new lady in there working, moved up. Who? I showed her a picture yesterday. We got Brad will find it in a minute. And I said, well, where you go to church? She said, well, we ain't moved here yet. But I said, well, what are you? She said, well, I'm Baptist. I said, you struck gold with me. I said, well, Angela, she said, don't they have a school there? I've got a
I've heard about
5-year-old.
that.
Amen.
Certainly
Amen.
do. So they're moving from Hoover. So did I get credit
She
for that?
is.
Yeah, you
too?
do.
That's
You
awesome.
Sure do. You get a gold
Get
star.
credit.
If somebody asked you, there she is right there, down Davis Eye Clinic. Yeah, Davis Eye Center. If somebody were to ask, why should I go to Lindsay Lane? What do you tell people?
Well, I tell them, you know, we got a lot of things going on at Lindsay Lane for the family. We're very family oriented. We've got a lot for the children and for the youth as well, and senior adults. You know, we got a great senior adult ministry, so we have a lot of things for all the family. But you know, we preach the Word of God, and we have a good time. You know, a lot of people have a you know, misconception about church. You know, that when you go to church, you don't have fun and all that. We have a good time. We enjoy church and
Not us.
enjoy our salvation. That's right. But we have a good time, and I think people come there, they're going to be loved on. They're going to have a warm, friendly reception when they get there.
Well, you know, it's like when we've been to other churches, you just don't ever kind of fit in, except maybe just the 2 or 3 people that you know.
Yeah.
At Lindsay Lane, you'll know a bunch of people.
Bunch of
If you
people.
don't, we'll introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I was in a couple's home last night, matter of fact, and they were asking me that. You know, we like Lindsay Lane, but it's such a big church. And I said, well, you know, it
Doesn't
is a
feel
big
like it.
church, but we have a small church spirit there. A bunch of blue-collar people. We're a bunch of, you know, just average Joe and James, you know, the pastor's country's cornbread. So, you know, you'll fit right in our church. You really will. So
Nothing used to tickle me more than, or just make you feel so good, is when we'd go to the cancer center, and I'd take Maddie a lot of times, and she'd just be singing, God is so great, so mighty, just so strong,
Yeah.
so mighty, you know, and just put smiles on everybody's face, and
Right.
they're like, she's how old? I mean, she has learned so
Yes.
much going to Lindsay
Yeah, they do a
Lane.
good job down there.
Yes, they
Anything
do.
new we got going on in church?
No, we're getting geared up for Easter. You know, we'll have 2 services and no Sunday